California, the Golden State, is famous for its sunny beaches, Hollywood stars, and tech giants. However, in recent years, it has gained notoriety for a pressing issue that seems to worsen with time: water scarcity. Water, the lifeblood of our existence, is often elusive in this sun-soaked region, where residents are no strangers to the grim headlines of droughts, water restrictions, and their devastating impact, such as record-breaking wildfires. The water problem in California is not new. It's an age-old issue rooted in the state's unique geographical circumstances. To comprehend the scale of the problem and potential solutions, it's crucial to delve into the state's water demands and sources. Unfortunately, as climate change continues to grip our planet, California's water cycle is becoming far more intense and unpredictable, with increasingly extreme droughts and irregular rainfall patterns. Over the last decade, the state has had a series of severe dry spells with less and fewer wet years to compensate. California's cycle of wet and dry conditions has been delicately balanced for centuries, but climate change is putting it off kilter, and modern people are experiencing the consequences. As of 2023, California is home to nearly 40 million people, signifying substantial water consumption. Surprisingly, only about 10% of California's total water supply caters to the needs of its urban centers, including cities like Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, and Sacramento. The major consumer of water in the state, claiming roughly 40% of the total supply, is California's massive $50 billion agricultural industry. California boasts fertile soil in its Central Valley, combined with a Mediterranean-style climate, making it the breadbasket of the United States. It produces roughly one-third of the nation's vegetables and two-thirds of its fruits and nuts. Almonds, in particular, dominate the industry, with around 80% of the world's almond supply coming from California, valued at about $6 billion annually, and 100% of United States commercial supply. However, almond cultivation is incredibly water-intensive, consuming approximately 10% of California's human water usage. In addition to almonds, 14% of the water is allocated to growing alfalfa, used for cattle feed, and another 9% is used for livestock pasture. Altogether, a staggering 80% of the water consumed by humans in California is devoted to its vast agricultural sector, which not only feeds millions in the US, but also provides sustenance worldwide. California's water primarily comes from rainfall and snowfall, which varies across the state due to its diverse topography. Moisture-laden westerly winds from the Pacific Ocean collide with the state's numerous mountain ranges, resulting in rainfall on the western slopes. Northwestern California receives a bountiful 1,300 millimeters of rainfall annually, contrasting with the arid conditions of the Sonoran and Mojave deserts on the eastern side of the mountains. Approximately 75% of California's water supply originates in the northern third of the state, above Sacramento, where only 20% of the population resides. Conversely, 80% of the state's inhabitants live in the southern two-thirds, where only a quarter of the water supply originates. This massive discrepancy necessitates the complex management of water resources and makes California's water distribution system one of the most contentious globally. California receives about 20 million acre-feet of water annually, with half of it utilized by humans, split roughly 80-20 between agriculture and other purposes. However, this number fluctuates significantly depending on yearly weather patterns. In a dry year, water usage can decrease by approximately 40 million acre-feet, equivalent to submerging the entire state of West Virginia by a foot. Moreover, most of California's precipitation occurs during the winter months, when snowfall blankets the Sierra Nevada, Cascades, and Klamath Mountains. A deficit in winter snowpack has lasting repercussions, aggravating drought conditions and water scarcity throughout the year. The past 2 decades have seen the emergence of a devastating phenomenon known as the mega drought. Commencing around 2000, this 22 years period stands as the driest on record in the American Southwest since at least 800 CE. It surpasses the historical dry spells witnessed over the past 300 years, with 2002 and 2021 ranking as the 11th and the 12th driest years respectively. California's rainfall and snowfall have dwindled considerably during these 22 years, while temperatures have risen, accelerating water evaporation. The ongoing mega drought, intensified by meteorological events like La Nina, has disrupted the state's water supply and placed immense pressure on water reservoirs, notably reservoirs on the Colorado River, vital for both drinking water and power generation, have reached historic lows. California, ever resourceful, developed an intricate system of canals, aqueducts, and pipes in the 20th century to address its water needs. 2 critical components, the Central Valley Project and the California State Water Project, transport water from the north to the south, catering to agriculture and urban centers like Los Angeles and San Diego. Additional systems such as the Los Angeles Aqueduct and the Colorado River Aqueduct further supplement the supply. However, these engineering marvels are only effective when their water resources are healthy. Currently, reservoirs along the Colorado River are at alarming low levels, as are essential California reservoirs like Lake Shasta and Lake Oroville. The relentless drought-like conditions are taking a toll on these vital water sources. As California faces another challenging summer with mandatory water use reductions of 35%, the outlook remains grim. Some experts predict up to 600,000 acres of farmland may be abandoned, an area nearly double the size of Los Angeles. With depleted underground aquifers and limited options for water resources, the state is at a crossroads. There are no easy solutions to California's water crisis. Conservation efforts, water recycling programs, and costly desalination projects all present challenges. Efficiency and water conservation will be paramount in averting a full-blown water catastrophe in the future. California must act proactively today to secure its water future in the face of these daunting challenges.